7 rose perfumes that you absolutely need to try. In many ways, these perfumes are benchmark scents. I want you to be able to get your nose on them. If you love the note of rose, and we all know rose conveys femininity, sensuality, it can be flirtatious. It has all of these beautiful attributes about it, and I'm personally a fan of the note of rose. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Rose is also one of those ingredients that I wouldn't personally wear myself too often. However, smelling it on a woman is a totally different story. I think rose is such a beautiful ingredient, and you know that if we're talking about the natural variety of rose, it can actually end up being pretty expensive. Just all of the petals that go into producing a single drop of oil is something that will blow your mind. If you ever take a tour of these farms, whether it be in Gras or another part of the world, rose is just such a multifaceted ingredient. But nevertheless, I do want to start the video off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive into the list. By the way, a lot of the fragrances in this list can be purchased or sampled at scentsplit.com. So not only do they give you the opportunity to get a decant or a small sample, 5 mLs, 10 mLs, whatever the case may be, this way you can try it on your own skin, see how it works with your skin chemistry, see if it's in alignment with your personal taste, and then you can commit to the purchase of a full-sized bottle, but also you can purchase the full-size bottle directly from Scent Split. So you can sample fragrances there, you can purchase fragrances there. They're an incredible service with really good customer service and really fast shipping as well. I have been using them personally since 2014. A lot of times, especially when you're dealing with a niche perfume that costs $300-400, you don't necessarily want to cough up a ton of money to purchase a bottle that you may eventually fall out of love with, or especially if it's a blind buy that you're just going to outright dislike. And so get a sample of it first. The first one that I want to talk about is by Navitus Parfum, and this one is called Amour Infinite. Now, there are a couple of Navitus rose perfumes that I would recommend. The other one is called Idola. Idola is a beautiful combination of several varieties of rose, but then there's also peach or apricot. So it's a very juicy, fruity, floral fragrance, definitely feminine leaning. This one has pink rose, pomegranate, and white chocolate. And so this is a more sensual and flirty take on the note of rose. Wow, this is so beautifully done, so beautifully put together. And honestly, there's nothing that I can compare this one to. It's such a well-done composition. And the creative director for this one is Aisha, who also has a channel here called AI the Great. I think she did a beautiful job with this fragrance. I love everything about it. The color of the bottle, the color of the hardware, just everything about this is gorgeous. Plaque on the front as well. Really check this one out if you like that combination, right? Or if it sounds enticing to you. Pink rose, pomegranate, white chocolate. It is incredible. Also, I do have my fragrance with Navitus Parfum, which is called Raised Spirits. I'm going to drop a link to it down below. If you're interested in checking it out, there's caramel, brown sugar syrup, there's dark rum, it's boozy. You have, just a plethora of ingredients. And it was also composed by Dominique Ropion, who has done Alien for Women by Thierry Mugler, and Julien Rascanet, who has done Creed's Royal Oud, as well as perfumes for Frederic Malle and many other brands. And once again, it's called Raised Spirits. It just dropped again. There's a limited time discount happening on the fragrance. So I know a lot of people have purchased it already. Thank you so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Don't miss your opportunity to check it out. Look, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this next one because I feel like everybody and their mother knows about it. But this is Delina. Rose, lychee, peony, Madagascan vanilla. Much sweeter than Amour Infinite, but going in a very different direction. Amour Infinite is more chocolate, Delina is more vanilla, but they smell nothing alike. So if you're expecting them to be twins or sisters or cousins, you can wipe that out of mind. Now, if you're looking for a darker rose personality, we have Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. So once again, rose and patchouli, but the patchouli leans in a chocolatey direction. So it's not as light as Amour Infinite. This is actually quite dark. It's a beast mode fragrance. I've had it in my collection for many, many years. It's been left to macerate for like forever. And for me, I get exquisite performance from it. Noir de Noir is such an incredible fragrance, albeit a bit pricey. So this is definitely one that you need to get on ScentSplit. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I would also highly recommend Ana Abied Scarlet by Latafa. So this is going to be the most inexpensive fragrance on this entire list, if I'm not mistaken. This or potentially one other one. This is inspired by Fétiche La Rose by Christian Louboutin. And that fragrance easily goes for hundreds of dollars. And so this is an inexpensive alternative to that. Just don't spray this one on white fabric. If you are like me and you like to spray your clothes, don't spray this on fabric because you can tell like the color of the liquid is actually quite pink or whatever. But beautiful. Oh, such a beautiful smell. This is romantic. It's sensual. So here's the thing, right? This one is very pretty and feminine. This one is very flirty. This one is very bold and mysterious. This one is very sexy, sultry, and seductive. The next fragrance is very elegant, almost old money. I love this one. Very polished, very well put together. And I'm actually going to go as far as to say, and I mean this by the way, this is going to be the most expensive smelling fragrance on this entire list. It is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the other brands that are on this list, but this is the most expensive smelling fragrance on this entire list. 33% concentration of oil. It is beast mode performance. And is this, yeah, this is another one where the liquid inside the bottle got pretty dark. This one is inspired by a very, very expensive fragrance. If you look it up on their official website, which is theduabrand.com, you can see which fragrance this one is inspired by, and the original sells for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Well, this one features Taif Rose, and it is so strong on the rose. It is so incredibly strong. And this one by the Dua brand is called Majestic Taif. And again, I mean, if you don't like rose, you're gonna hate this fragrance. If you love rose, you're looking for a photorealistic interpretation or expression of the note of rose, Majestic Taif by the Dua brand is phenomenal. Now, this next one is very outgoing, very active, sparkling, bright, radiant, fulfilling. So this one has this gentle rose note with this sparkling champagne accord in the opening. Another one that I would recommend you sample at ScentSplit, this is Dame Rosa by Liquide Imaginaire. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And again, look, it smells very similar to Pink Me Up by Atelier d'Azur. This fragrance actually also has rose and a champagne accord. And so I could have made this a top 20 video or a top 50 video if I wanted to. There's no shortage of rose perfumes in my collection, but check that one out, especially if you're looking for something on the more active side of things, right? And the perfume in the number one spot, I think, is going to be like the compliment getting beast. I have owned this fragrance now for a few months since its launch. So there's a few positive things that I can say. There's many positive things that I can say about it, but it's a brand new release. So you're not going to be smelling like everybody else. It's very bright. It's radiant. It is so beautiful. It has the rose in here. It has a nutty personality. There's a hint of sweetness in the dry down as well. And it's so funny because somebody had said to me, or I read a comment, it wasn't anything that somebody said to me personally, but I read a comment that somebody had left on my short form review of it. And they said it reminds them of a hybrid between Amouage Guidance, which again is like one of the most viral hits ever, and Delina by Marley, which again is one of the most viral hits ever. So it kind of felt, to that person at least, like a mashup of those two iconic women's perfumes. And now that that's been mentioned to me, I can't get it out of my mind. But I am telling you, this perfume, the way it smells, it is a masterpiece. It is an absolute masterpiece. If you're a fan of rose, if you're looking for something sensual, something confident, something a little playful, something that is very elegant, super rich, very bold, incredibly long lasting, and it's just pieced together so beautifully. It does its own thing. It's not directly inspired by anything, but the overall smell is just so mesmerizing. I can't speak highly enough about it. And please do yourself a favor and get a sample at ScentSplit. Because it's brand new, chances are you're not going to smell like anybody else on the market, which is a good thing. I think we're all interested in uniqueness and idiosyncrasy and originality. By BDK Parfum, it is the brand new Empatia. Beautiful. I consider it a masterpiece in many ways. So thank you so much for watching 7 rose perfumes that I highly recommend you try. So truth be told, you know, some of them like this one, and these two, and even Empatia are unisex and a more infinite, and, you know, Delina can be a bit feminine leaning. But again, it's all a matter of personal taste. If you're a fan of rose, try them. I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't, just for whatever reason. You know, it's all subjective, it's all personal, but I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot. What's your favorite rose-based fragrance? Now, the most natural rose-based fragrance, and I know I'm kind of bad for waiting until the last minute to mention it, is, what is it called? Is it called Treillis? By Mohair by Nila Vermeer. And I think Mohair Extrait is even better. But anyway, I know it's so last minute, just like a quick little throw in there. But and then there's also Lipstick Rose and Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. Like I said, this could have been a top 50. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, give this video a thumbs up. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.